Randy's got a little friend with her today. He is feeling the good yoga vibes. He is so proud and cute. All right, keep breathing through your shoulder rolls here. Oh, doesn't that feel good? A couple more shoulder rolls. All right. So as I mentioned, we're going to be doing some right and left nostril breathing today. And the purpose of that is to tone your vagus nerve. Remember, right nostril is sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. Left nostril is your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and relax. So we're going to do some toning between the two. So what I want you to do is take your right hand and then take your right thumb and you're going to place it over your right nostril and you're going to inhale deeply. And then use your ring finger to plug your left nostril and exhale through your right nostril. Now take a breath, inhale through your right nostril. Now plug that nostril and breathe out. Okay, now keep going, and on your own breath, inhale through one nostril. Plug that nostril, exhale through the opposite. Inhale through that same nostril. Good, exhale through the opposite. Keep going, get your rhythm down. This time as you inhale, when you think you're done inhaling, see if you can get one more little sip of air in through that nostril. Open up your belly, exhale fully. And as you exhale, when you exhale, see if you can exhale a little bit more. Let's try that a couple more times. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice deep breaths. Exhale fully. Good, keep going. Inhale when you get to the top of that breath. See if you can get a little more air. And as you exhale, exhale. And once you have all that air exhaled, see if you can exhale a little bit more. All right, now let's take our hands to the side. Make sure that your sits bones are grounded. I want you to inhale, raise your left hand up, bicep by the ear. Exhale, go ahead and lean to the side, leaning to your right. Good, inhale, come back to center. And let's bring the other arm up. Exhale as you lean to your left. Back to center. Good, we're just figuring out where we are today. What's tight, what's not. Natural breathing here. Let's do that one more time. Leaning each way. In order for us to be even, I want you to get your right side one more time. Excellent. All right, let's take both arms. Deep breath, inhale, arms come up overhead. Good, palms together, palms to heart center, tuck your chin. Good, now let's reach our hands forward. So with this forward movement, we just want to stretch out our low backs. I want you to just do some finger walking. So just use your fingertips to walk forward, tuck your chin under, stretching out through the low back a little bit. We're breathing here. Nice deep breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose if you can. I want you to really breathe in through your belly. Excellent. Let's slowly roll it up. And let's go to all fours. So we're going to start with some pelvic rocking. So with our pelvic rocking, we're going to do cat-cow first. Then we're going to work on some circles. Circles are kind of fun to do. Hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. So take a quick look at your knees. All right, I don't want them to be together, and I don't want them to be outside of hip range. Make sure they're directly underneath your hip bones. All right, let's go ahead and curl our toes under, pulling your pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale, round up for cat. Inhale, tops of the toes to the mat, drop down for cow. Look up. Exhale, round up. Curl those toes under. Inhale, drop your toes down. Drop down for cow. Look up. Exhale, round up for cat. Curl the toes under. Tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, drop down for cow. Exhale, round up for cat. Inhale, drop down for cow. Exhale, round up for cat. Tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, drop down for cow. See if you can get a little extra breath here. Open up those abs. Exhale, round up. Full exhale. Tops of the toes to the mat. Drop down for cow. Exhale, round up. Full exhale. Good. Tops of the toes to the mat. Let's set it back for child's pose. Reaching palms forward. Knees open up. Toes can be together. So with child's pose, I really want you to focus on reaching your fingertips forward, those little fingertip walks, and then biceps are by the ears. And then we're going to pull our tailbone away from our fingertips. Good. And from this position, just see if you can rotate your hips a little bit. See if you can lean your right hip towards your right heel, or the outside of your right heel, and then lean your left hip toward the outside of your left heel. Just kind of rocking our pelvis, opening up your inner thighs a little bit. So we're opening up our lats by reaching our fingertips forward and pulling that tailbone back, and then simultaneously rocking our hips. All right, let's take it up to all fours. Again, hands directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Go ahead and curl your toes under. With your toes curled under, we're gonna make some circles. So before we tucked under and back with cat-cow, this time I want you to kind of rotate your hips to where you're making a circle. I think this feels so good on your low back. So if you've ever done abs with me and we do the 3 C's, I don't know about you, but I can do circles when you're doing the crunches on the stability ball. I can do circles one way really well, and the other way, I'm not really making a circle, I kind of make a square. So let's try that. Let's see. So if you've been circling clockwise, can you go counterclockwise now with your hips? Huge low back stretch here. Remember to keep your belly button pulled into your spine. That belly button pulled into your spine, what's that going to do for you? That's going to protect your spine, right? All right. So now we're going to pause. And we're going to stretch our low backs. with thread the needle. So from an all fours position, I want you to take your right hand. You're going to go palms up, place it underneath your left hand, and drop your right shoulder to the ground. So shoulders to the ground. I'm going to reach my left hand up and overhead. And then I just want you to take all of your body weight that's in your hips and lean it towards the right corner of the room, or the right corner of your mat. Round out through your low back, so tuck your pelvis under. Should feel a stretch through your low back muscles on the right side. And now we're gonna breathe through this, and as you breathe, I want you to breathe into your right rib cage as much as possible. You're just taking all these really big, deep breaths, and when you take the deep breath, you're kind of almost pushing that air into the space in that right side of your low back. Good, keep breathing. Make sure that you exhale fully so that you have room for more air when you breathe in. Excellent. Let's come back up to all fours. We're simply going to switch sides now. So we're going to thread the needle, left arm underneath you, palms up, left shoulder to the floor. And then we're going to reach the right hand up overhead. And I want you to lean to the right side as much as you can. And let's take some nice deep breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, lean to the side. Sorry, we're on our left side here. Inhale. Remember to exhale fully so that you can inhale fully. Nice. Let's come back to center. We're just going to sit back for child's pose one more time. Reaching the palms forward. Reaching your fingertips forward. Just walking those fingertips a little more forward if you can. Pull your tailbone back against the pull of the fingertips. Great. Let's all come to all fours, curl the toes under, and we're going to come up for our first downward facing dog. So in downward facing dog, what we want to do is we want to keep our shoulders out of our ears, belly button into the spine, and then your knees can be bent. It's totally fine if your knees are bent, and your heels can even be off of the floor if they need to be. When you inhale, take that nice deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, try to bring your chest closer to your thighs. 2 more nice slow breaths. Good, inhale. And then I want you to, as you exhale, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Take a nice deep breath, inhale, come to a flat back, look up. Exhale back down into forward fold. Soften your knees. If you need help getting up, we're gonna come to a standing position, hands on your thighs. Roll it up nice and slowly. Good, take a nice deep breath, inhale, arms overhead. Good, exhale, palms to heart center. Good, inhale, arms come right back up, inhale. Good, exhale, forward fold, abs strong, hands on your thighs if you need them. Tuck your chin. Let's hang out here for a moment. So lost my headphone. So from this forward position, chin is tucked, top of the head is to the floor. Just want you to let your hips kind of sway side to side. Oh, that rotation out of your ankles. So good, so good. Nice. All right, let's inhale to a flat back. Look up one more time. Exhale back to forward fold. Good, now we're going to walk or hop into a plank position. Good. Now hold this for just a moment. I want you to rock forward and back on your ankles a little bit. Open up your toes, spread them out. Good, just holding that beautiful plank. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Stretch through your toes. I'm rocking forward and back through my toes. Good, now let's tuck our elbows in for our first chaturanga. Tuck those elbows, keep the glutes turned on, all the way to the floor, tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, come up for Sphinx. So I've got my forearms on the floor. Okay, now this is for my low back, to open up the abdominals and the hip flexors. But this is our introduction to it. If you're feeling great, hands can come right underneath you. We can come up for Cobra. All right. So some things you can do from this position. Go ahead and turn your glutes on for a second, like squeeze your buns, and then relax them. And then squeeze them, and then relax them. Good, so glutes, pelvic floor on and off. Good, pull your belly button into your spine. And then the other thing we wanna make sure we're focusing on is as we are in Cobra position, we don't want our heads to throw back. So we shouldn't be looking at the ceiling in this position. Your chin stays slightly tucked. You can reach the top of your head to the ceiling. If you have mobility to get your head up there, that's great. But your chin should not be elevated. Good, one more nice deep breath. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Good, let's rest here for a moment. Shift your hips side to side, notice any tightness. It's gonna loosen up, guys. We're gonna take it through our flow, and then we're gonna spend most of our time on our hips today and do a lot of hip openers today. All right, let's go ahead and come to all fours, curl the toes under, round up for cat. From that position, take a breath in. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Inhale, walk or hop your feet forward. Exhale, take a breath. Inhale to a flat back, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, abs strong. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk or hop to a plank. Exhale, tuck your elbows, chaturanga. Tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Exhale, push back, child's pose.
Inhale, come to all fours, curl the toes under. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk or hop your feet towards your hands. Exhale here. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk or hop to a plank. Exhale, tuck your elbows, chaturanga. Tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, come up for down dog. Inhale, walk or hop your feet forward. Flat back. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk or hop to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Inhale, come to all fours, curl the toes under, round up. Exhale for down dog. And now we go into our hip openers. I want you to inhale and float your right leg up. Good, and then we're gonna breathe here for 3 slow breaths. Circle your ankles 3 times clockwise and 3 times counterclockwise. Good, now let's bend your right knee and we're gonna rotate your right heel back towards your left shoulder. Good, inhale. We're gonna come to a high plank. So you're gonna tuck your knee towards your chest in this high plank. We're gonna walk our foot forward for pigeon. Nice, good. Okay, so for pigeon, what I want you to do is everybody bring their left leg forward for a moment. So we're gonna go ahead and lean on the right hip a little bit more. We're just going to allow some space over here on your right leg. You're gonna lean into your right hip. Bring the left knee forward. So I want you to flex your right heel and then line up your collarbone or your shoulders, kind of with, so right shoulder to right knee, left shoulder to left ankle. So we're squared up. Okay, so from this position, we are gonna open up the hip on the right side. We're gonna walk it forward just a little bit and lean into that hip and feel a stretch there. Now, when people do pigeon, they often do it incorrectly by tucking this foot under because they're trying to mimic something that they're not flexible enough to do. It's not a big deal. It doesn't matter. What we want to focus on is the right hip. If you're very flexible, your left hip flexor will allow you to push back into pigeon that looks like this. If you're not flexible, you don't need to do that. You're just going to leave your right leg right where it is. And we're just going to all take some time to breathe here. So in pigeon, we're going to do this for 2 minutes. We're going to hang out. So we need to find that space where it feels like a good stretch that you want to come back to. All right. As you breathe, you might find that you can go deeper into your stretch. Okay. All right. And we breathe. If you're starting to feel like you could go a little deeper into your stretch, you might try walking your upper body a little bit further to your left. All right, let's walk ourselves out of that. Crystal, that looked really good. Good job. Good, 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 good. Okay, so how do we get out of this? Well, one way is you can just walk yourself out of this in whatever feels comfortable to you, okay? But I will walk you out of it into down dog again. So what you want to do is put some weight into your hands, curl your back toe under, and pick yourself up, fire your core. You're going to pull your right leg back into that three-legged dog position. All right. And then we're just going to place the right leg back down on the ground. Inhale and float the left leg back up. Good. And hold. Let's breathe. 3 slow breaths. Now let's circle our ankle 3 times clockwise. Good. And 3 times counterclockwise. Bend your left knee. Good. Rotate it back to where it's facing towards, directing towards your right shoulder. Good. Let's straighten out your left leg. Come to a high plank and tuck your left knee under. Take your left ankle, face it towards the right wrist. I'm going to drop that shin forward. And once again, we're going to pull the right leg forward for a moment because your hips might be different. You might have one hip that's looser than the other. Flex your left ankle. You're going to have your right shin parallel to your collarbone. And then we're just going to work that other leg back as your flexibility allows. But the key point is that this shin is parallel to your collarbone, where my left shoulder lines with my left knee and my right shoulder lines up with my elbow or with my ankle. Does anybody else call their ankle and elbow the same? Like I mix those two words up. I don't know why that is. The bendy spot. Okay, let's lean forward. Good, and tuck the chin. And then we only walk our right leg back if we can. If it doesn't go back without moving the front leg, it's no good. And we breathe. If you're starting to find that you're feeling like you're loosening up, you can go ahead and walk your upper body towards the right corner of the room or more towards your front foot. All right, let's walk it back to the center. Hands come back and straddle the foot and the knee. Curl your back toe under. We're gonna lift the body up with the hip. Come back up for that three-legged dog. Good, fire your left glute to really hold your leg up and increase that stretch. And let's place both feet on the ground. Nice job, everybody. In that downward dog position, inhale. Exhale, let's think about, as you exhale, chest comes towards the thighs. Good, inhale, walk or hop your feet forward. Flat back, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, palms heart center. Inhale, bring those arms back up. Good, give me a tiny back bend. Oh, that feels good. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, walk or hop to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Tops of the toes to the mat. Inhale, cobra or sphinx. Good, let's go into shoulder roll. So we're gonna lie flat on our tummies. Both arms come out to the side. We're gonna bend our left elbow. So left elbow's pointed toward the ceiling and bend your left knee. We're gonna roll over onto our right side. So you wanna look at your right hand right now. You wanna keep it right there. You might have the desire to move it. Don't move it. You're gonna roll over on it, okay? So we're gonna take our foot, our left foot, and we're gonna rotate it back towards the right hip. Look up at the ceiling, pick your head up off the ground. If you feel good here, go ahead and reach your left hand up to the ceiling. If this feels like an easy stretch for you, you can start to work towards bringing your left hand towards your right hand on the floor. Opening up your hips, so you can even let your left knee drive your hip more towards an open position to the ceiling to help you open up for shoulder roll. Feeling super flexible, you can start working towards both knees towards the ceiling. Gaze is on the ceiling. Breathe. All right, let's center it back up. And we're just gonna go to the other side. So both arms out to the side, bend your right elbow and your right knee. Left hand stays put, look up to the ceiling. You might notice one side's tighter than the other here. That's okay. Reach your right hand up. Good, head off the floor. And then we're just gonna rotate back, open up the chest. And we breathe. Nice, let's center it up. Let's come up one more time for Cobra. Good, and go into reverse shoulder roll. I guess we'll do Cobra 2 more times since we have 2 shoulders to stretch here. So for reverse shoulder roll, we're going to thread the needle. Take your left hand, you're gonna place it underneath your right side. And you might have to move some things around here, guys. Okay, if you're chesty, you might need to kind of get your chest out of the way there. So left palm is up. You're gonna take your right hand and go palms up with your right hand and place it down by your right hip. And then the goal is to bring your right shoulder towards your left elbow and head on the floor. All right, let's take it back up for Cobra one more time. One more time for real this time. All right, right hand palms up, comes underneath the left shoulder. And you're gonna take your left palm, palms up, lay your left shoulder towards your right elbow, and lay your left palm towards your left hip. Remember those big breaths in through your nose and full exhales. All right. Let's go ahead and come back up for Cobra one more time. Push back child's pose. Very nice. All right, we're going to take a moment to do Shavasana. Shavasana is where you get to lay down and do nothing. Think of nothing. There's nowhere you have to be for this minute. There's nothing that you have to do. There's no one you have to be. You just get to lay here and be happy. So sometimes if you're having a hard time relaxing, I like to suggest that you tighten everything up for just a moment. So we're going to lie face up. Now you might say, but I'm already relaxed. I don't need to do that. High five. But if you have that little, busy bee mind going and you really want to let it go, sometimes contrast helps with that letting go. So if you would like to have some help letting go, you can tighten up from your feet to your legs, to your glutes, to your core, to your shoulders, everything you've got. Squeeze, 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 squeeze your arms, squeeze your fists, squeeze everything you got. Take a breath in. And then exhale and release it all at once. And now you just be. All right, let's roll it over onto our sides and slowly come up. I want to thank you for joining me for yoga today, you guys. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording so that my Zoomers can all visit.